Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I'm Sunny Pancholi, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leaders interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulas for many. And this is what we aim for with these sessions by making them a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge-sharing community. We have one such industry stalwart on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Ms. Mahasweta Paul. She is a distinguished figure in the field of human resources. With a career spanning 17 years, she has consistently demonstrated her exceptional ability to devise and institutionalize HR policies, systems, and practices that enhance HR processes and operations, aligning them seamlessly with business strategies. She is not just a senior HR leader, but also a visionary who has been credited with implementing innovative, path-breaking HR initiatives. As a strategic architect, she has steered organizations through growth opportunities, from setting up new business lines to managing M&A, due diligence, and integration. Her last position was VP, Chief People Officer at Atyati Technologies Private Limited. Currently, she is pursuing multiple consulting assignments and gearing for her second innings. Welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, Ms. Paul.
Thank you very much, Sunny.
So can you share some key milestones and experiences from your impressive 17-year-long career in HR?
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity. Uh, I have had the privilege of being a part of growing organizations throughout my career. So that has had an impeccable impression on whatever I've done. In the beginning of my career itself, when I joined IBM, I was entrusted with an opportunity of scaling up a team from 500 to 5,000 in 18 months. Along with my team, we were able to deliver that. That assignment left me with great learnings, which became very important for my other assignments that came in other organizations. So I understood the value of processes, I understood the value of agility, teamwork, and how to, work under a lot of pressure and stress. So a growth of 10 times within 18 months, that I kind of, consider as one of my key milestones. Going forward, I did see that type of a growth in other organizations. So it was a cakewalk after that. So that was one. One of the other milestones that I consider is my work in talent management practices, which I did in Oracle India Private Limited. The team that I supported was called Oracle Managed Services Cloud Services, or MCS. So in that team, we implemented a lot of tailor-made solutions for top talent to help them grow and stay in the organization. And we were we were successful in retaining top talent continuously for 2 years. First year was 100%, next year was 95%, and the learnings that I got in that experience, that stayed with me. So which we implemented further in talent management practices in other organizations. However, the fact that everything has to be tailor made uh, for the top talent of your organization, that stayed with me. So these two, I would say, were my key milestones: how to scale up organizations and how to retain top talent. So that's it.
Thank you for the excellent start to this interview. Continuing our conversation, our viewers would like to know, as a senior HR leader, you have played a significant role in devising and institutionalizing HR policies. So, could you tell us about a particularly challenging policy or system you have introduced and how it has impacted the organization's HR processes and operations?
Yes, I would. So, this is in Atyati Technologies that I had implemented the revamp of the performance appraisal process. Uh, Atyati had an appraisal system, a three-point appraisal system for for its organization, for its employees, for around 13, 14 years, and the three-point scale was like least effective, high valued, and top performer. So with time what we saw that it had almost turned into a binary scale, because least effective people would only rate a handful, and most of the employees fell into two categories. So it was not serving the organization's need, that because when we wanted to skim the top performers, we did top performers or the handful of the cream of the organization, we were not able to do. Secondly, when we wanted to see the borderline cases who were not least effective but they were not very solid performers also, we were not able to do. So since they were binary, rating scale had become almost binary, it was not helping the organization. So with a lot of feedback that we received from the management and and the practicing managers, we thought it was time for us to revamp the scale, performance appraisal scale. So lots of inputs came. We did a lot of research. Should it be seven scale, five scale, four scale? Uh, Lots of discussions went through with the management with our findings, and then we arrived at a 4-point rating system. So the 4-point rating system was least effective, approaching, high valued, and top performer. So this kind of served the purpose of bucketing employees who were not the high valued employees or the solid performers who were falling short of meeting their goals, and also the top performer category also kind of got skimmed out. We never followed a bell curve at Atyati, but we were we did this appraisal pretty well. So this 4-point rating scale we implemented. It was taken very well by the employees and the managers. I saw two cycles of appraisals complete through with this new scale implementation, and then performance appraisal leads to rewards and recognition. Performance appraisals lead to a lot of other organizational actions. So this 4-point rating system helped the organization um, you know uh, do more with our top talents, help the people who need to get into the solid performer category, and giving them the right exposure, right trainings. So all those actions we could do. So this is one of the most significant changes in terms of an HR process. And as we know, performance appraisal is like a bread and butter process for HR department. So this I consider as one of the my key projects or the key process implementation, change implementation that I've done in my career.
Amazing. So, building on to that, our viewers would like to know, in your role as a strategic architect, you have been credited with implementing innovative HR initiatives. So, could you provide an example of a project that stands out as particularly innovative and the result it achieved?
Uh, okay. So in Schneider Electric, when I was a part of the system in 2016, we had implemented a project called Project Bold. Project Bold stood for Building Opportunity, Lead and Deliver. So this was an organizational change management initiative that we had done. This change management initiative was done to help the team meet the Vision 2020. So 2016 for 2020 vision, there was a requirement that was felt that the team had to scale up. in terms of to meet the Vision 2020. So the leadership, along with the HR team, devised a change management initiative called Project Bold. The whole thing was envisaged by the HR team and the leadership, and the whole implementation this project kind of built step by step. So it was a 6 months duration project, and 650 to 700 employees were a part of it. So the entry level employee till the top management was a part of this change management initiative. Uh, it it kind of spanned about different types of exposures and experiences for employees, and we had at the close of the initiative, we got very positive feelers from the organization, and lots of takeaways which could be implemented. So the direct impact that this initiative had, and which we did not expect, was the increase of employee satisfaction score. So employees got so aligned with the purpose of the organization, and that got reflected in the employee satisfaction score, which saw a jump from 75 to 81 or 82, which is unheard of in during those times. That was one, and then as an outcome of those that change management initiative, we had lots of action learning projects that came. We had teams which worked on those projects and helped the organization to further achievement of Vision 2020. Vision 2020 obviously would have been achieved. I was not a part of Schneider by the time Vision 20 by 2020. But this project, the magnitude of this project was very high, and the timelines, the employees, the impact, uh, and the different initiatives that we did in those 6 months. That is for keeps. So I would say that is one of the most innovative, um, you know, HR initiatives that I've done in my career, apart from multiple other, management development programs, etc., that I've done across organization. This initiative stands out for me.
Impeccable, Mr. Paul. Okay, so let's dive into the subject of ESG and corporate governance. So, how and when did you develop an interest in ESG and corporate governance?
So, ESG and corporate governance, I would say I am like a beginner in this field. My interest in ESG, I won't say that I developed except for the environmental, social, and the governance is like an extension of my role as an HR professional. If you see, environmental part is something that you need to develop your sensibilities and your knowledge and all the other faculties. So at at this point of time, as in maybe a year back or so, from that time itself, I was coining about how to take my career forward. Okay, so I have been in HR for 17 years old, and I can continue doing what I am doing, but there was a thirst in me to see how can I extend my career and learn something new, and bring on my governance hat, and bring on my HR, my frameworks, and take my career forward. So at that point of time, ESG is a buzzword nowadays. So lot and it is there going to be one of the most important parameters in this country in terms of industries, etc., in the coming years. So I thought that it was the right time to get skilled, and right time to think towards extending my corporate exposure or career in this direction. So that's how I kind of started my interest in ESG, and that's the reason why I am kind of looking forward to contributing to this part.
All right. So, as an ESG and corporate governance expert, what values do you bring to the table?
So I feel my being an HR helps. Okay, being in HR leadership, being a part of the being of the manage a part of management teams and understanding how businesses work, uh, that will help in me becoming an ESG expert. Because when it comes to social and governance, my department itself is something that takes care of this. So we take care of DNI, we take care of employee, well-being, employee benefits, employee compensations, etc., pay parity. All of this is something that we anyways do, and in the terms of social, this comes under that umbrella. Governance is, we are a governance, function, and reportings, filings, etc. Our role, the ultimate aim is to have an impeccable record or compliance for the organization. So that's how I'm wired. That's how I have been trained. And one more thing, I have been, part of uh, MNCs. So my the early 12 years of my career have been in MNCs like Oracle, IBM, and Schneider. And I've seen how these large organizations are always, one step ahead in terms of, when it comes to governance, when it comes to sustainability, etc. So that has always, that is a training, that has been a training ground for me. So it comes very naturally to have that governance mindset. So what I bring to the table would be the commitment to this cause of an ESG compliant organization or ESG compliant ecosystem. I would try to look at each and every aspect of a business or any company from those lenses. So my commitment remains strong because I am trained in such a way. And also my attention to details, attention to very small uh, events or whatever processes and how it impacts an organization's uh, outcomes is something that is my strength. So I think as a ESG professional, these things I can implement. And this, since I'm just a beginner at this point of time, this is what comes to my mind. I'm sure I'll be learning more, and there'll be colleagues and institutions like yours which will train me to become a better ESG professional.
Amazing. So, Ms. Paul, what are some of the most remarkable changes you have seen in your field with changes in technology? That is part A. And part B of my question is, what changes do you expect to see with the advent of technology like IoT, AI, ML, blockchain, Web 3.0, big data, etc.?
Okay. So, HR, I have been a part of human resources, and technology, HR tech ended up becoming a backbone of the human resources function. So let's understand that human resources actually is a compliance function. Okay, so paperwork, documentations, etc., is the base, the core work of this team, this department. So technology or digitization per se is something that helps my department scale up, helps my department to do more. So technology, I believe, is the backbone of human resources. So technology is the backbone, but it is an enabler. It cannot do what a human resources professional has to do. So it can aid the human resources professional, but cannot do what is expected out of a HR professional. As in, you cannot remove the human out of human resources. So technology is a big enabler for my function. I've seen how our department has gone paperless. I've seen hiring practices. Hiring is one area where technology helps a lot. Training is one area where technology comes into play. And we can do a lot of engagement and a lot of things. Performance appraisal, a performance appraisal experience goes multiple notches ahead when technology gets into, with the right use of technology. So technology's usage in human resources is like mandatory. I don't have any words to say around this, and I would actually advise organizations to, do those tech investments in human resources, because that the yield of those investments are multifold. So, buy in the right HRMS solutions. Get your HR team to do more. Get them to engage more with your, with your workforce. If technology is there, then their time is freed, and they can do more with their time. They can be more qualitative than quantitative with what they do. So that's my 2 cents around HR tech per se. And with the advent of AI, ML, and all the technologies that are there, coming to the second part of your question, it it kind of takes away the mundane. Okay, so I will say that technology is a necessary evil, and all new technology, whatever is happening around us is a necessary evil, and it takes away the mundane. It makes us work from more conscious state rather than a very predictable stage. So we have to, the data is there, the interpretations are there, but what do you do with that data and the interpretation is what kind of will be the differentiator in the coming ages. So AI, suppose I'm just giving you an example. When you use AI in understanding survey results, you can use AI in understanding performance feedback. Suppose you get feedback from 10 different sources. What in a 360 appraisal, what is the gist of the appraisal feedback? But what do you do with that? Or how can a manager help an employee with the feedback to make the necessary developmental step? That will be a differentiator. AI can again help you only. It will give you something on a platter. You have to make sense and take actions. So I think AI, these tools that have come will save a lot of time, will save a lot of efforts around making those uh, you know data interpretations. And we can implement, or we can use that time to do something much meaningful with our initiatives, with our employees, etc. So that's my input around technology.
Absolutely. So, Ms. Paul, this brings us to the last question of the session, and here it is. We are building a community of industry magnates. The move is meant for cross pollination of knowledge and building a knowledge sharing community of corporate giants and industry experts. So, what are your thoughts about this initiatives taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Heval Mehta, and the whole team of World Development Corporation?
I would say I would actually want to thank them, okay, from the bottom of my heart, that they have started something like this. And there are many industry experts like me who are looking for what to do further. Okay, it's like after 17 years, I don't want to spend the next 20 years doing the same thing. I definitely don't. I want to do better. I want to contribute more. Want to contribute to more organizations. So the fact that they have build an organization that can help industry specialists like us to scale up and contribute more. um, I first want to thank, and I it kind of opens up doors to so many people who mm, who want to stay relevant, and who want to contribute till whatever time they want to. So I think this initiative is par excellence, and you will see more and more people coming and enrolling to get a new direction in their career. And that the type of my colleagues who I've met in this journey, they have contributed. It's not only your institution; they have contributed to my learning immensely, and that type of community, I don't think I would have been able to get it myself. So thank you very much to all the people at your organization who have come up with this initiative, and with one investment, the doors have opened uh, for my second innings. That's what I can say.
Great. It was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will inspire future leaders. Thank you, Ms. Mahasweta Paul, for joining us today. We wish you the best for your future endeavors. Moreover, trust that this initiative by Directors Institute has unquestionably expanded the participants' understanding and enriched their minds.
Yes, it has. All the best to all of you.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Yeah. Sunny.
Thank you so much. Thanks for sparing time and have a nice day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.